All right, guys, we are back again. We're gonna do a little bit of step review today. Well, we're gonna pretty much talk about the 3 main steps that we use and the only steps that we really use anymore. But first off, we're gonna start with just the steps that we have. We're gonna talk about packability, all that. This one is a River's Edge stick. This is actually a really cheap stick. It has grip on the very top of it. It's not bad. For 50 bucks for a 3-pack, you cannot beat. You can't really beat it. So it isn't special. Packability is not great, as you'll find out. But I mean, it's a pretty cheap stick. We actually got a couple sets of these on some public, and they set up good, but there's no jaws for the tree. It's just straight bare metal. It's a really cheap done design. It doesn't, fold over. What you see is pretty much what you get. But we literally leave these on a bunch of public land because, I mean, if somebody steals these, you're out 50 bucks. But if I leave my XOPs out, on some public, it's 150 bucks gone. So we actually had a sale on some of these at a local store. It was like 15 bucks a stick. So Amazon sells them for about 50. They were selling them for 45 for a pack of 3. And I mean, still, you're coming up about 50 bucks for some sticks. But these are 4 pounds, I think. These are a really good stick. And honestly, it wouldn't be really bad for saddle hunting if you do not have a platform, because it is so far away from the tree, especially whenever you have a lot thicker tree. And this one's really thin, as you can see. And this is actually a tree that, a lot of saddle hunters would hunt. But it's a lot further away from the tree, unlike my Heliums. My Heliums don't stick out as far like this would. So you can get a lot of, you can put your foot in quite a bit to about right there and just sit on it. So it's a cheap stick, but if you're in the market to buy some cheap sticks, or you're in the market to put on some public land, this actually isn't like a bad option. They're not the best. Everything's welded. It's not aluminum. So you're talking a lot of more extra weight and a lot less compact than the other sticks that we're going to review. But everything's welded up. And I mean, it's like I said, it's just a cheap stick you can throw on some public land and it's fine. So, anywho, now we're going to go to the next step. All right, guys, we got the Hawk Heliums right here. These are the longer sticks. For these, I bought these for about 100 for a pack of 3. So these are the longer ones. These are not the minis. So these ones are nice. They fold up. Packability is great. And then they got this to connect them. I can't remember what it's called. It's just pretty much a suction cup. Yeah. So these all bend, of course. These are painted. They got a gray color whenever you buy them. I just paint them just for looks. It comes off. But yeah, you got the Versa button right here. These sticks weigh 3 pounds. Yeah, they weigh 3 pounds. So whenever you're carrying 3 of these, 9 pounds altogether. These are not very comfortable whenever you do not have a platform, for sure. Shooting out of them sucks because you can only get the toes of your feet right here really into it. Unlike the River Edge, like I said, you can actually get your foot back in there on a little bit thicker of a tree. These pack really well, and they're not really heavy bad. And these are only like 100 bucks, so they're not bad sticks. So these are actually one of my public land sticks public land or really anything, if I'm going to go into a new stand or anything, or a new place, I'll take these because they weigh really not much. Or I'll take my other ones, my XOPs. So, like I said, guys, these are $100. These ain't bad for the money. I would have rather went with the minis, just because how long they are kind of sucks to put in your bag and actually pack it down. But other than that, guys, it's not as bad. So, anywho, we'll get to the next one. All right, guys, and this is the last one. This is an XOP. It's painted in Bottomlands Camo by Mozzie Oak. These are actually really light. I think they come in at 2.1 pounds per step, which is crazy light. And if you do not need 3 sticks or 3 helium sticks to get up a tree, if you're not going up too far, I mean, they're still about a pound altogether less than my heliums. So this is the lightest stick we have, but also it's a shorter stick. You have 24 inches from top to bottom, 15 or so inches from step to step. It's actually a really good stick setup. The backs, the jaws for the tree, actually do bend with the tree if you want it to. It's not much, but it helps on some of those weirder trees. Dude, and these things, they pack super slick. I mean, they really are a good stick. But my thing is, I don't want anything really too wide on my bag. This can actually go on the very bottom of my bag, and it's not much wider than it. So that's why I like these. It's a really good stick, but you're also paying $50 more for a 4-pack of these. Unlike the Heliums, you pay $100. These are $150 for a 4-pack though. But like I said, you're still coming out about a pound after everything. You're still coming out a pound lighter. But if you're not using all your sticks, or you don't need 3 helium sticks, or you can use just 3 to get up a tree or get up up to where you need to, these are a great option. This would be good especially if you're running and gunning. So I haven't really got up in the tree a lot with these yet. They're still fairly new, but they are very, very light, and I really do like them. So, but these bend either way. This bends either way. This is also your locking system for putting them together to pack them, which is very nice, and we'll show you all that. Like I said, we're going to do a packability thing and everything. So other than that, guys, I mean, there's not much to say about the sticks themselves. I mean, you can really just see what you get. So the real thing is people want to worry about is weight and packability, because packability and weight are completely, everybody's, wonder. Both sides on these on the steps have little cuts. That way you can get it gripped while your boot can grip it. As you see, there's no double on each side with the other 2 that we have. It's one singular, just like a lone wolf stick. I actually have some lone wolf sticks, but they're actually set up in a tree right now on some private. But other than that, guys, I mean, this is a really good stick, in my opinion, with how light it is. But like I said, you're only getting 2 steps. Carry a pound more, you can get 3. Really, it's just what you want to choose. So, anywho, let's get to the packability test. All right, guys, so these are the XOPs. These pack really well. So, you unpack them by doing that. They got a little notch in these, and that's the main thing I really like about them. And all you got to do to get them packed up, just turn that, and it's done. That's it. It's not going anywhere. So, like I said, guys, these are really good for public. They're not very wide, and the bad thing is they're $150 for sticks. So if you want to pay that much, go ahead. But that's what I like for public. To the Heliums. All right, guys, these are Heliums. They got these suction cup buttons. Pretty much all you can do, take them off, just do that. To put them on, just put them there, and just push, and they're packed up. So these buttons, or these suction cups, sometimes do not work great, but I mean, they're bendable. They can do a lot of clacking. That's why I do like those XOPs, but they're a really good stick. So, and the worst packings, the worst one to pack. What?
Just, they're so
I know.
terrible. Ratchet strap them together.
Yeah, I've had to.
That's what you got.
Because this is what this is literally what I used to, you know, hunt with all the time.
Yeah.
All right, guys, for these packings, what you do is that, and ratchet strap them or something. It's not great. They got a little cut right here, or not a cut, but it's really flattened down. That way you can put the bar, and they just sit. I mean, they sit flat and they sit decent. I mean, for cheap sticks, for real, they do. But they're not great. And you cannot turn these. I mean, just like those, you can't turn them. But I mean, they're just welded on there. They're heavy. I mean, they're, like I said, they're decent sticks. I like them a lot. I really do. When they're up in the tree and I ain't got to pack them in. But for real, they're not bad sticks. And if this is all you can afford, I mean, it's really not bad, as people say. I love these sticks. So, huh?
4 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give these. I would probably give these about a 4 out of 10. They pack really decently. For what it is, they really do pack decently. I mean, there's no cups, there's no like any mechanism. They just sit decently tight. I mean, you can't do nothing in there. So, but for really what it is, guys, I mean, for $50 sticks, you can't really beat it. So, and that's for a pack of 3. Those are only 2. The Heliums with the suction cups and how they bend, I give these about a 7 out of 10. For packability, these longer ones, I haven't really tried the minis that much. Longer ones, they're just long. I mean, there's nothing really else I can say. It's hard for me to put them on the side of my pack when I got all my camera gear on, and that's the only thing I really don't like about them. And like I said, they clink around a little bit, but whenever they're strapped to your bag, you really don't care. And for the weight it is, 9 pounds, it's not really that heavy compared to your 15 pounds of River Edge. But for $100, can't beat it. And now for the XOPs, I give these about a solid 8, 8.5, maybe 9, maybe. For the packability, I give them for sure a 10. But, you know, there's always a stick that's better. Always a stick that's better for something, I mean, for everything. There's actually sticks lighter than this, but they're very, very, very much more expensive. But for packability, I definitely give it a 10 out of 10. But for the price cost, it ain't really that bad. Really, like $50 more than the Heliums. These cost 3 sets of River Edges. So, I mean, yeah, I know. It's not great, but I mean, the sticks pack great. We're laughing about the River Edges. Sorry, but these sticks actually really are good, guys, and I love the camo on them. They put a really good camo, definitely for a tree. Well, a tree type, like barkish look. Bottomlands camo does look like bark to me. I mean, for the trees that I hunt, they look really distinct. Unlike when I had to paint my Heliums. And when you paint your Heliums, as you can see, they're really gray. Like a really, like silverish gray. They're really light. I don't like that. So I painted them, and it's already coming off, as you can see, over a couple sits. It wasn't that much. So, yeah. Like I said, guys, the River Edges ain't bad. So they pack decent for a cheap stick. So yeah, we'll give them about a solid 5 out of 10. Just due to the fact that they are not packed down like these are. Those are just solid sticks. These pack really decently well. They actually pack really, I mean, it's the best ones that we have on packing. So that's for sure. That's why I give these a 10 out of 10 for packability. and they're the most light. And then, like I said, for the Heliums, I'll give them a solid about 7. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna pack it up. Like and subscribe for future videos. I'm gonna be posting a hog hunt that I just got done with down here in Arkansas. I'm gonna upload it here pretty soon. Still working on editing that. Other than that, guys, yeah. So just like and subscribe for future events. We'll catch you on the next time.
What are you doing?
And Bryson.
Hey, Essen.
Bryson.
Hey, Essen.
Such a disappointment.